that so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Please join us for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Good morning. I will be reading a poem in honor of those taken from their loved ones on September 11th, 2001. The poem, entitled We Remember Them, is often read as a responsive poem. After I read each line of the poem, I invite you to join me in reciting the phrase, "We remember them." At the rising of the sun and at its going down, we remember them. At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. At the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. At the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. At the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them.
Stephen G. Adams, Trudy Alerjo, Anna S.W. Allison, Barbara Arestaki, Myra Joy Aronson, Yafet Aryeh, Louis F. Aversano Jr., Garnett Ace Bailey, Christine Jonah Barbudo, Graham Berkeley.
David W. Bernard, Mark Bingham, Jeffrey D. Bittner, Kelly Ann Booms, Carol Marie Bouchard, Michael R. Canty, Christopher M. Costangian, Neely Ann Heffernan Casey, William Casper, Swarner Kalasany,
Stephen Cherry, Jeffrey William Cloud. Jeffrey D. Coleman. Kevin Patrick Connors. Jeffrey William Coombs. John J. Corcoran III. Frederick John Cox, Jr. Tara Kathleen Creamer. Wells Remy Crowther. Thelma Cuccinello.
Patrick J. Caravan. Dorothy Alma D'Arrojo. Captain Gerald DeConto, United States Navy. Lieutenant Michael DeValier, Jr., New York Fire Department. Gerald Jerry P. Dewan, FDNY. Simon Denani. David DeMeglio. Donald Amerigo Di Titulio. Alberto Pocho Dominguez. Jamie Lynn Fallon.
Alexander M. Filipov. John R. Fisher. Richard P. Fitzsimmons. Carol Ann Flyzek. Alan Friedlander. Peter Christian Fry. Carlton Douglas Byfive. Thomas Edward Galvin. Douglas Gardner. Peter A. Gay. Linda May George. Edmund Glazer. Lynn Catherine Goodchild. Peter M. Goodrich. Douglas A. Gowell. And my uncle, Mark Lawrence Davis.
Andrew Curry Green. Donald Freeman Green. Reverend Francis Edward Grogan. Philip T. Guza. Paige Farley Hackle. Maylie Hale. Carl Hammond. Christine Lee Hansen. Peter Burton Hansen. Sue Kim Hansen. Gerald Hardiker. Melissa Harrington Hughes. Eric Hartono. John C. Hartz. Peter P. Hashem. And my beloved daughter, Susan Lee Blair.
James E. Hayden. Roberta Bernstein Heber. Edward R. Hennessy Jr. Norberto Hernandez. Todd R. Hill. Cora Hidalgo Holland. Herbert Wilson Homer. Matthew Horning. John Nicholas Humber. Eric Hans Isbranson. Waleed J. Iskander. Aaron J. Jacobs. Ariel Lewis Jacobs. Jason K. Jacobs. Robert Adrian Jalbert. And my uncle, John Brett Cahill.
Griselda E. Darrow James, Amy Nicole Jarrett, John Jenkins, Joseph Jenkins Jr., Arthur Joseph Jones III, Colonel Charles Edward Jones, United States Air Force, Jennifer Lynn Kane, Robin L. Kaplan, Sergeant Robert M. Colfers, PANYNJ, Richard M. Keene, Barbara A. Keating, Ralph F. Kershaw, Brian Kevin Kinney, Glenn Davis Kerwin, David P. Kovalson, and my beloved uncle, Paul Joshua Friedman.
Catherine L. Labori, Judy C. LaRock, Natalie Janice Lasden, Robert G. LeBlanc, Dong Lee, Joseph A. Lenahan, Daniel Lewin, Sarah Elizabeth Lowe, Sean Patrick Lynch, Mary Ann McFarlane, Susan McElhaney McKay, L. Neil Mariani, Kenneth Joseph Marino, FDNY, Karen Ann Martin, and my devoted, wonderful daughter, Lisa Fenn Gordenstein.
Joseph Matai, Margaret Maddock, Kevin M. McCarthy, Juliana Valentine McCourt, Ruth Clifford McCourt, Michael Gregory McGinty, First Officer Thomas F. McGinnis, Jr., Gavin McMahon, Christopher Daniel Mello, Stuart Todd Meltzer, Raymond Joseph Metz III, Michael P. Michelstein, Master Special Officer Craig J. Miller, U.S. Secret Service, Antonio Montoya, Carlos Bito Montoya, and my brother Robert J. Hayes.
Laura Lee DeFazio Morabito, Richard Morgan, Christopher M. Morrison, Brian Joseph Murphy, Mildred Rose Naiman, Sean M. Nusani, Laurie Ann Olson Nara, Renee Tetralt Newell, Kathleen Ann Nikosha, Jacqueline Norton, Robert Grant Norton, Captain John Oganowski, Leah E. Oliver, Seamus O'Neill, Betty Ann Ong, and my beloved son, William Christopher Hunt.
Jane M. Orth, Michael Benjamin Packer, Marie Papalardo, Robert Pattison, Thomas Nicholas Pecorelli, Todd D. Pellino, Berinthia Berenson Perkins, Jean Peterson, Dennis J. Pierce, Everett Marty Proctor III, Carrie Beth Progen, Patrick J. Quigley IV, Jonathan C. Randall, David Elliott Reddick, Vanessa Richards, my amazing and loving mom, Sonia Mercedes Morales Popolo.
Fred Rumel, Isaiah Rivera, Valeska Martinez, Stephen L. Roach, Raymond James Rocha, Laura Rockenfellow, Jean Destrahan Roger, Philip M. Rosenzweig,
Michael Craig Rothberg, James M. Rue, Jessica Lee Sachs, Rama Sully, Jesus J.R. Sanchez, Matthew Carmen Solito, Kathleen Scheer, and our beloved and amazingly fantastic brother, Richard Barry Ross.
Robert M. Shearer, Antoinette Sherman, Jane Louise Simpkin, Heather Smith, Diane Bullis, Eric Adam Stallman, Timothy C. Stout, Edward W. Straub, Brian David Sweeney, Kevin T. Sozik, Deborah Tavarella, Leonard Lenny E. Taylor, Michael Theodorides, Eric Rick Thorpe, Alicia Nicole Titus, and my beloved mother, Madeline Amy Sweeney.
Amy E. Toyen, Daniel Trant, Jim Trentini, Mary Trentini, Tyler Ugelin, Michael Augustine Giuliano, Kenneth E. Waldy, Maida Fuller Waller, Stephen Ward, William Michael Weems, John J. Wenkus, Peter Matthew West, Staff Sergeant Maudlin A. White, U.S. Army, Candace Lee Williams, Christopher R. Zarba, Jr., and my beloved husband, Kenneth Albert Zellman.
Jeffrey Levine, Lieutenant Manuel Del Valle, Jr., FDNY.
And our response is, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joy we crave to share, we remember them. When we have decisions that are difficult to make, we remember them. When we have achievements that are based on theirs, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us. We remember them.
We will always remember them, and we thank the families for reading their loved ones' names with all of us this morning. This concludes this portion of our ceremony. We invite each one of you to join us in the House chambers for the commemoration observance and the Sweeney Award for Civilian Bravery. Thank you.